Everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend. And if you've been following my personal cruise journey, you've noticed that I am not staying as loyal to one cruise line as I used to be. So I used to be, and probably still am a little bit, loyal to Royal. I think that this is where my heart is. Though, I've made some videos on my thoughts on how that is going, but I've been trying other cruise lines over the past 6-7 months. And it's really kind of reminded me why you may not want to be loyal to one cruise line. And it's interesting, a lot of you have commented in my videos that I should try other lines for X, Y, and Z. And honestly, I'm finding for me that that is absolutely the case. The first big benefit that is coming out of me trying other cruise lines is experiencing different food, different experiences, and different entertainment. So a lot of the cruise lines will do things similarly. What you may find on one cruise ship may be very similar to another. The way they execute that, the way they make it, the customization is totally different. On different cruise lines, you have different food options, and I really do like food, and changing it up some just to see what else is out there can be a lot of fun. Even when it comes to entertainment, that can have very different ways of being executed on different cruise lines. Here's looking at YouVersion Voyages, I think the most radical of the cruise lines out there right now, on how you're taking a different approach to your entertainment. And I enjoy just having a new experience from time to time. I think there's a place for consistency, but I also really enjoy getting out there and just getting out of my comfort zone. The second thing that you're gonna find is different cruise ships cater, or cruise lines cater, to different cruise ports. So they're gonna have different contracts on where they're going to go and what they're going to do. And there is an advantage to trying all these. So Royal Caribbean, for instance, I go to Coco Cay all the time. MSC, however, has the Marine Private Reserve that is their private island. And so they are two totally different experiences, but they're both really solid experiences. And so I enjoyed one of my last sailings on MSC where I got to see a different island and relax in a different style. Doesn't mean that Coco Cay is bad, but I really enjoyed seeing and having a more relaxing atmosphere as a change. The other thing that you're going to find is certain cruise lines have more limited itineraries. So one reason I've started going over to Celebrity is they've got more exotic cruises that I can go on. You all saw that I just got back from South America at the end of January, going around Cape Horn, a wonderful cruise and sailing. And later this year, I'm going to be cruising from Hong Kong to Singapore. And so I am super excited to be doing those on Celebrity, but those are sailings that you're not going to find on Royal Caribbean. They specialize in short cruises and 7-night cruises with a few longer ones here and there, but Celebrity and other cruise lines are really going to help cater to those people like myself who want to see the world. And so when I want to get out there and find a really cool place to go to on a cruise, I'm looking towards other cruise lines from time to time to see what else is out there. The third one, and this is a very big one for a lot of people, if you stick with one loyalty program, one cruise line, whether it's airlines or whatever, you're probably going to wind up paying more money. That's just the sheer nature of it. There are other products normally that are out there that may be cheaper. That is a very similar experience. So if you are not shopping based on price, you may be paying more than what you really need to that you could do on another cruise line. And yes, you may get a different experience, you may get what you pay for, but I don't know that that's always necessarily the case. But if you're not shopping, you're never gonna know. The biggest subcategory here is us solo cruisers. We kind of got to go where the getting's good. You know that we have that single supplement where we're paying for 2 people, even though we're just 1 person. So if we're trying to be cost conscious, budget conscious, which you all know that I watch my budget extremely closely, we kind of got to go where the single supplement discounts are going to be. I just booked a bunch of MSC cruises for 2024 for this exact same reason, because it was 50% cheaper for me to go on them than it was to book on Royal Caribbean. So we kind of have to go where the getting is good. If I was to stay with Royal Caribbean, I might find myself actually cruising less because I was having to pay more money for a very similar experience. The fourth thing that I'm hearing a lot of these days and why people are not being as loyal as they used to be is the grass greener on the other side? I think post-COVID, cruise lines are kind of figuring out what their business strategy is. What is it that they are marketing on? And they're shifting, they're changing, and they're definitely cutting cost. I myself am also, I'm getting older every year. I'm changing the way that I used to like to cruise 6 years ago. Isn't necessarily the same way that I like to cruise today. And so with the cruise lines changing, with me changing, are we still in agreement on what we do? by going to other cruise lines, I get to confirm that or deny that yes, we are still on the same page, or maybe there's another cruise line that is getting it more correct for me and my style. This is a conversation I'm hearing on multiple cruise lines on the service quality is going down, they're changing their strategies, and people are just wanting to check out other options to verify, is it really nicer over there or is it not? The only way you're going to find out is by going over there and seeing. The fifth thing here is one, and this may be more for me than it is for everybody else, is I like being able to converse with people. So I like to socialize, get to know folks. If people have more experience on a different cruise line, if it is Princess, Holland America, Carnival, I've not done those ships, so I don't really know how to contribute to that conversation the same way that I can with Royal, starting to work on Celebrity and starting to work on Virgin. But to be able to talk about more cruise lines is, really going to make me more easily able to engage and get to know people, because I can now relate on a different level, not just on what is the Royal Caribbean equivalent. I know exactly what they're talking about when they mention Princess or Holland or one of the cruise lines that I've not been on. If I go on that cruise line, I'm much more able to understand, follow the conversation, and add value to it. It's also, from a selfish point, going to help me from this YouTube channel be able to expand and cover a broader audience versus those folks who are just interested in Royal. I'm hopeful that a lot of you are enjoying following me on my journey as I explore, the different options to see, is my loyalty with Royal Caribbean, do I want to keep doing that, or do I want to continue trying other options? Right now, I'm kind of enjoying trying the other options, seeing if the grass is greener over there. In some respects it is, in some respects it's not. And with that, if you want to see what I kind of miss when I am cruising on other lines, check out this next video on the 5 reasons to be loyal to a cruise line to see what I miss out on when I'm checking out these other cruises. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, hoping to see you on a weekend sailing soon.